mine for the evening. You're a big dog. So where are you heading today?
We will see. Basically, what's the name? Niš?
Nis, N-I-S, something like this.
Niš in the Serbia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we will see how that will be. It's a lot of work to get there.
250 km.
250, yeah. 250 km through the mountains, but yeah, I think it will be great fun.
That's good.
Okay. Oh.
It's steering lock on, Michael, yeah? Rain! Yep, this is just like Scotland. Mountain hills, but the weather's passing, so not too bad. Dogs are absolutely everywhere in Romania. By the roads, they're just strays, loads of them. And so, the rain started, everyone donned their fashionable rain gear, and we all crossed the border into Serbia. So far, pretty good. Pretty good. Sausage roll, but very, very nice. Okay, so we've got some Serbian money here. 50. Unfortunately, all good things have to come to an end. As I wish to carry on going down towards Bulgaria and Greece, they wanted to go towards Albania. So, we went our separate ways. So I've said goodbye to them. Just filled up. On way to the campsite. Probably another hour to go. And then yeah, hopefully I'll be at the campsite, so... Certainly doing your job today, Mr. Sun. Can you hear the crickets? It's so loud. So I'm on my way to somewhere. Stop for a minute. So I headed down to Nis, and there is a Nazi concentration camp. And what makes this one a little bit more interesting is that this is the first concentration camp that had over 100 prisoners actually escape. They escaped on February the 12th, 1942, hence why this place is known to the locals as February the 12th. I bet we're all thinking of the movie The Great Escape now, but until you actually visit one of these places, see all the messages where the prisoners had left on the wall using a nail, and seeing where they were held, you're reminded that it is a very dark side of history. Well, that was a bit of a bummer. Sad now. Come on, Garmin. Now... Oh, it's not too bad, it's only 1 o'clock. But the Garmin is not responding. Oh. This thing's crashed. I'll leave it for a bit, it might come back. So luckily my sat-nav came back to life half an hour later. Well, that was a bit of a close call. I needed to do some shopping, so I stopped at a supermarket. Actually managed to find a nice big supermarket to go shopping in for a change. And upon entering, I was approached by their security. Now, I don't speak fluent Serbian, and the gentleman I was speaking to spoke a bit of English, but it was quickly found out that he wouldn't let me into the shop because I had a backpack on. As soon as I said, "Oh, can I leave my backpack with you when I go shopping?" he said that's fine, and well, I just went and did my shopping. So yeah, no issue there. Now it is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and well, it's time to find somewhere to stay. I hadn't planned anything, of course, so I was heading to just an area to find somewhere to either a hotel, motel, campsite, something along those lines. And just my luck, it started to rain. It's like 5:30. I've been riding in the rain for a couple of hours. Put my rain gear on, as you can see, not really. So yeah, on this lovely mountain road, 18 miles to the campsite. By the way I'm going, I'm going to take another hour, and it's a campsite. Hope that sun's going to come out and blow this that way, and I'm going that way. So hopefully when I get there it's okay. It's just stopped raining now. I've just taken my gloves off. I hope I'm going to be able to get them back on. It's the worst thing. Putting on a wet glove. Or putting a tent up in the rain. Looking back on this trip, there's a few things that I think about and going, well, that was a bit stupid. For instance, going to Ukraine, and also riding through Serbia, really, because these two countries, I had no insurance. If anything had happened, well, I'd have had to probably leave the bike and just go, or something along those lines. So I was going to look for somewhere to stay, and I couldn't find anywhere. The hotels and motels were either full, closed, or in some sort of disrepair that I wasn't sure if the original owners had abandoned it and some squatters had taken over, or that my bike would be there in the morning. So I decided to head for a campsite, or what I thought would be a campsite. I'd like to remind people that riding off-road in Serbia apparently is not the best idea due to quite a lot of unexploded landmines throughout the country. I didn't know this, of course, at the time, and what you don't know makes you brave or stupid, or something like that. But anyway, everyone else was doing it, so I thought, well, I need to go find somewhere to sleep. This is probably the best option. So from the bottom half of the lake, looking up, I could actually see some things in the trees that looked to me like either tents or camper vans or something like that. So it looked like there was, at one point, there was a campsite at this location, and it looks like that it was abandoned, but still people came here to have a holiday, even though there's no water, electricity, there's nothing. It's just a wooded area. So I decided to follow the track down, and literally pure guesswork, which way shall I go, left or right? There was no signpost, nothing like that, just to find somewhere to put a tent up for the evening.
I just pulled up, said hello to the neighbours. Had a couple of drinks with them already before I even put my tent up. Oh well, wild camp it is.
So to end the day, after a very long day's ride, and the last couple of hours being very wet, I had found some fishermen and we were having drinks for the rest of the evening while they fished and I took pictures. I gotta admit, it was some truly beautiful scenery, especially when it started raining in the distance and we got treated to a couple of rainbows. Of course, sleeping by the lake meant that it was going to be cold in the night, but luckily it had been so hot the previous days, it was actually kind of nice just to have this little feeling of getting cold again.